Let's log in into PM's Friend. Let's select one of the projects that are assigned to you as a project manager. And let's see the project summary task status screen where you can see all tasks in your project. The status of your tasks all have been estimated by your team members, where you can see the resources that are working on the task, the time frame when the start has been done, and know the most important part, the financial part of your task. You can see the baseline estimation, that's the budget you have requested from your boss. You can see the estimation at completion, means the most likely result that will come up from the budget once the project is closed. And you can see exactly how much work was planned, how much work is currently done, what is the percentage complete. There's a nice indicator, the performance indicator, that gives you a one-shot overview of each task status. So for example, this task is very much green, this task is over budget. If you need numbers for your boss and requesting more detailed budget information, you just go to reporting and run a report. Here you can see the report that's splitting the budget by external or internal costs. For each cost you can see the performance. You can easily add other values to it to have a more complex view on it. Okay, let me show how these values are calculated and guide you through the PM's Friend workflow. This is first setting up the project, designing the task, assigning the resources, requesting the initial baseline estimation, and later on request the project status from your team members. So let's start to create a task first. Let's define a start date, let's define an end date, let's define a resource, let's define the estimation type, that's PERT, and the contingency based on PERT at sigma 3, and create the task. Next step is to request the initial baseline estimation. You define the estimator, that is Martin again. You define the work packages. And you request the baseline estimation. PM's Friend will now generate an email to Martin, and I will show you how this continues. Okay, imagine you are now Martin, who has to do the baseline estimation. He gets an email with a one-time token link, so only has to click the link to be directly diverted to the PM's Friend application and to be logged in. Martin now has to do a typical PERT estimation with optimistic, likely and pessimistic value for each work package that was defined. Once he has done the estimation, he comes to the next step, and now he has to divide the effort of 41 hours over the 3 weeks that have been named in the task duration. So let's split the work. Once all the work is split, this changes to green and he can finish his estimation. Now you are again the project manager Christian, who logs in the application. He can immediately see that Martin did the baseline estimation. And he can see the amount of money he would need to request for the budget. So next time would be, imagine after 2 weeks, to request a report of the project process and request an estimate from him. So the only thing is you go and select request estimate and request the estimation. Again, an email will be generated and sent to Martin. Okay, so just imagine again you're Martin. 2 weeks have gone by, you have done some work, and now you are requested to enter your effort and hours you spent. Again, you get a link with a one-time token. You only have to click to log in and to do the estimation. First one is to the work packages you have been assigned to. For each work packages you can now say how much your progress is. Let's say you have completed the database deployment, you are working on the front-end deployment, and haven't done yet anything with the deployment validation. For the 2 weeks you have been working so far, you will request the effort you spent. You can see the effort you plan to spend. Let's say you spent 15 hours in this week, but last week you worked much harder, you worked 20 hours. And that's it, you submit the feedback. Again, now let's imagine you're the project manager Christian again. logs into the application. The first thing you can see, Martin has done his estimation. You can see a baseline estimate, and here you can see the estimation at completion. If you want to know how this estimation at completion is calculated, you can see here in the detail sheet and can see all the details of the PERT analysis, how this value is calculated. This is, with a one-time click, you can see the full overall budget of your application. You can see the baseline, you can see the estimation at completion. Everything is based on the PMI approved PERT estimation technique and earned value analysis.